Alright, picture this. You're packing for your flight, tossing your essentials into your carry-on, feeling like a pro. You know the drill: no oversized liquids, no sharp objects, and definitely no fireworks. But here's the catch. In 2025, the rules are changing. Again. And if you don't know what's new, your next flight could turn into a frustrating mess. Today, we're breaking down the latest carry-on restrictions, the hidden fees airlines are slipping in, and the bizarre everyday items that could actually get you stopped at security. Let's start with the one travel gadget that has become absolutely essential: the power bank. In an age where our smartphones are our boarding passes, our tablets are our entertainment, and our headphones are our escape, running out of battery mid-journey is a modern traveler's nightmare. They keep your devices alive, but as our reliance on them has grown, so have the safety concerns. That's why in 2025, the rules around flying with them are tighter and more confusing than ever. So let's demystify the regulations. It's not about the physical size of your power bank, it's all about its capacity, measured in watt-hours or weight. You might be more familiar with milliamp hours or mAh, but watt-hours are the universal standard for airlines. If your power bank doesn't list the watt-hours, a quick bit of math, mAh multiplied by voltage divided by 1000, will give you the number you need. Most consumer power banks operate at 3.7 volts. First, the good news. For the vast majority of travelers, your power bank is perfectly fine. Anything under 100 watt-hours, which covers most standard models up to about 27,000 mAh, is permitted in your carry-on luggage without needing special permission. However, be aware that most airlines limit you to a reasonable number for personal use, so don't try to bring a dozen. Now, for the heavy-duty users. If you have a high-capacity power bank between 100 and 160 watts, that's roughly 27,000 to 43,000 mAh, you can typically bring up to 2. But here's the critical part. You get airline approval beforehand. This isn't something you do at the gate. You need to declare it at the check-in counter, where the staff will verify its rating and give you the official go-ahead. Don't just assume it's okay, or you risk having it confiscated. And for anything over 160 watts, the rule is simple. It's flat-out banned from passenger aircraft. These are considered industrial-grade batteries, and they pose too great a fire risk. They must be shipped as regulated dangerous goods cargo, which is a completely separate and complex process. No matter the size, there is one golden rule that is non-negotiable. Never, ever, pack a power bank in your checked luggage. All spare lithium-ion batteries must be in your carry-on. Why? It's because of a terrifying phenomenon called thermal runaway. If a battery is damaged, short circuits, or simply malfunctions, it can enter an uncontrollable overheating cycle, leading to fire and even explosion. In the passenger cabin, a flight attendant can respond immediately with a specialized fire extinguisher. But in the unmanned cargo hold, a small fire can become a catastrophic disaster before anyone even knows it's happening. This isn't just theoretical. On January 28, 2025, a power bank reportedly caught fire on an Air Busan flight at Gimhae Airport in South Korea. The fire erupted in the cabin before takeoff, filling it with toxic smoke. The plane was evacuated, and 27 people were injured. That incident happened where the crew could see it. Imagine if it had happened unseen in the cargo hold at 35,000 feet. So, to ensure you and your gadgets fly safely, always play it safe. First, check your battery's rating before you even pack. If the label is worn or unreadable, don't risk it. Buy a new one from a reputable brand. Second, double-check your specific airline's policy online, as rules can differ. Finally, keep your power banks in your carry-on, preferably in a protective case to prevent the terminals from shorting out. Your diligence doesn't just protect your trip, it protects everyone on board. Got a fancy smart suitcase? Cool. But here's the 2025 rule. If the battery isn't removable, your bag isn't flying. Checked or carry-on, it doesn't matter. If you can pop the battery out and carry it in the cabin, you're fine. If not, your smart bag is about to make you look very dumb at check-in. Remember the old 100 milliliters liquid rule? For years we've all played the tiny toiletries game, decanting our lives into miniature bottles. Then in early 2024, a beacon of hope appeared. Major UK airports began rolling out state-of-the-art CT scanners. The promise was revolutionary. No more removing liquids from your bag, and you could bring up to 2 liters including full-size bottles. For a moment it felt like travel had entered a new hassle-free era. Sounds amazing, right? Well, not so fast. That travel utopia was short-lived. The UK's Department for Transport issued a sudden directive, forcing even airports with the new scanners to immediately reinstate the 100 milliliters liquid limit. Airports like London City, Aberdeen, Newcastle, and Leeds Bradford had to backtrack overnight. The official reason cited was a critical security assessment. This caused chaos for travelers who had already packed for a liquid limit-free journey, arriving at the airport only to be caught out by the sudden reversal. This brings us to the chaotic reality of 2025. It's a total patchwork. Some UK airports that met the original deadline may still allow larger liquids. However, many others that received extensions are now stuck enforcing the 100 milliliters rule. This inconsistency doesn't stop at the UK border. Most airports across the European Union are on their own, slower timeline for scanner upgrades. This means you could fly out of an upgraded UK airport with a full bottle of moisturizer, only to have it confiscated on your return flight from Rome where the old rules still apply. So what's the bottom line? The single most important rule is to never assume. Before packing, check the official website of airport on your itinerary, departure, arrival, and any connections. To be absolutely safe, consider sticking to the 100 milliliters rule for now, or explore solid toiletries like shampoo bars and toothpaste tablets. They're your best friends in this confusing time. Otherwise you risk not just losing your expensive products but facing significant delays. And you definitely don't want to be chugging that $50 face serum at security. Flying Ryanair, EasyJet, or Wizz Air. Get ready for a squeeze, literally. Ryanair's free allowance is now just one small underseat bag, 40x30 by 20 centimeters. Want to use the overhead bin? That's a fee. Want a 10 kilograms cabin bag? Another fee. EasyJet and Wizz Air are playing the same game. So measure before you pack, or your cheap flight could end up costing way more than you expected. And for my North American travelers, Air Canada just dropped a bomb on Basic Economy. For tickets bought January 3rd, 2025 or later, Basic only includes one personal item. That cute roller bag? Nope, it's extra. The first carry-on will cost you $35 to $65, and starting January 21st, Basic Economy also loses free advanced seat selection. You'll still get a seat at check-in, but if you want to choose or change it, you'll pay. So yeah, budget for baggage and brace for the middle seat. Okay, you know the obvious bans: guns, knives, fireworks. But what about the weird stuff you might not expect to lose at security in 2025? These are the harmless-seeming items that get confiscated, leaving you frustrated. Airport security operates on a simple principle. If an item be a weapon or a hazard, it's not flying in the cabin. It's a world of better safe than sorry. So let's break down the unexpected items that could get you flagged. Mercury thermometers. A total ban. If one breaks in a pressurized cabin, the toxic mercury becomes a biohazard that could ground the flight. It's not worth the risk. Check your old first aid kits for these relics. Stick to modern digital or alcohol-based thermometers only. They're safe, fast, and approved for travel. Tent stakes and poles. TSA sees them as potential weapons, so they must be checked. Their length and sharp points make them a no-go in the cabin, even if they're lightweight carbon fiber. This rule also applies to trekking poles. To avoid abandoning your gear, either plan to check your bag from the start, or consider renting equipment at your destination. Sports gear, baseball bats, golf clubs, hockey sticks, carry-on? Forget it. The rule is simple. If it's designed to be swung, it must be checked. This category is broad, including lacrosse sticks, pool cues, and ski poles. They are all considered potential blunt force weapons with no exceptions. Always check your airline's policies for sports equipment, as they often have specific packing rules and extra fees. Scissors. Only allowed if blades are under 4 inches from the pivot. This usually covers small nail scissors. However, the final decision is always up to the security agent's discretion. If they feel the points are too sharp, they can still take them. To be 100% safe, especially with a pair you value, just pack them in your checked bag. It's the only guarantee. Powders over 12 ounces, 350 milliliters. Think protein powder, flour, or baby powder. In the US, these get flagged for extra screening because explosives could be disguised this way. You'll be asked to remove the container for testing. If security isn't satisfied, they stay behind. The simple solution: pack all large powder containers in your checked luggage to avoid delays and potential confiscation. Heavy tools and appliances, drills, hammers, even toasters, carry-on is a no-go. Any tool longer than 7 inches is also banned. They're seen as potential weapons. Here's a tricky detail. If you check power tools, their lithium-ion batteries often must be in your. Always separate them and check airline rules on batteries, as this is a huge point of confusion. Check the tool, but carry the battery. You might wonder, why is this liquid rule even a thing? It goes back to 2006, when British authorities foiled a terrorist plot involving liquid explosives disguised as drinks. Since then, airports worldwide have stuck with the 100 milliliters rule because, frankly, it works. So next time security makes you toss out your water bottle, remember, it's not just about being annoying. It's a rule literally written in blood and history. Airline rules are changing constantly, and what seems harmless today could be the reason you get stopped tomorrow. Want to breeze through security in 2025? Check your airline and airport rules before you fly, keep your power banks in check, and don't get caught with the surprise banned list. Because trust me, you don't want to be the next viral "can you believe what happened at airport security?" story. If you found this useful, smash that like button, subscribe for more travel hacks, and drop a comment with the weirdest thing you've ever had taken at security. Safe travels.